Hey Ben, how are you, buddy? Okay. You're set up. In order to get the proper backswing, you have to set up very deep with your weight distribution. You tend to set up a bit like this. It's almost an outward set and almost a lead side set. It almost looks like that. It's got to look and feel like this. Like you really like your rump of your butt is hanging way out in space out here. That's what it's got to feel like. Because that's essentially that's getting deep in the backswing. You've got to get this here. Buddy, I feel like I'm sort of on the inside of my heel at address here, and I feel all this weight here hanging over here. There's nothing over here. Now what that does, see what you're tending to do is you're here, but then you're sort of doing that. You're sort of cocking here. Now that's cocking your weight that way. When you back cock it, you've got to throw it that way. Here. You can't just do that, because that's cocking it that way. So feel like you're just going to fall this way. Front on. I just feel like I'm falling into here in the backswing. Now what that lets me do is it lets me fall into the backswing. The club just wants to fall that way. And because my weight is back there in the backswing, it wants to stay there in the downswing. Here. And that's how we get to pin that trail shoulder back at impact. If we're the slightest way dispositioned that way, out of dress, we're going to fall that way. Because on the backswing, it's very hard to go from here to here. You've got to position yourself there to get there in the backswing. Yeah, so, and the back cock is sort of a vertical cocking rather than a tilting cocking. It's basically that. It's not that. You don't want to do that. That makes it very hard to swing deep, very hard to do that. But the whole emphasis here, Ben, is that we've got to get deep. We've got to get that way and we've got to get deep. And everything's got to go that way. Yeah. I'm just falling that way in the backswing. I'm setting up to fall. Here. This is really unweighted. If you flare your trail foot out a bit, like that, as soon as you flare that, you'll feel your weight want to go that way. Because your leg and your knee will move that way, your thigh will move that way. You watch when I do that. That will just help you turn in the backswing. Here. And the steepness is still there in the golf swing. Again, this backswing plane is a hard thing to get. It's got to feel like this. See the shaft? Shaft is in line with that trail forearm. That's what it's got to feel like. Here. There's never any of this. It's always around, down and deep. That's probably the best way to explain it. Round, down and deep. That way. It's not sideways, upwards at all. It's around, down and deep. And just do some slow-mos like this, Ben. This will really give you the feeling. Get it here. Just tip, just turn that foot out a little bit. Push the club back really slow. And then just feel that down fall. Get it to here and then just feel that club fall. Just get that feeling. If you can get that fall, that as soon as those arms fall, the shoulders stay closed. As soon as the arms start to come this way, you're gone. And the good thing, Ben, is that as soon as you get to here and you drop it, this angle here is retained here. As soon as you get to here and you start to go, that angle's all gone. Now as soon as that angle's gone, that shoulder's out there. The club has to fall behind your forearm on the downswing. So, and you can only get that feeling, mate, if you do it really slow. Take it to here and just let it fall slowly. Here, fall. Here, fall. And maybe you've got to do 100 of those just to get the feeling of the club falling backwards this way. When it falls backwards, you get these angles retained here. See? See how that angle's retained? As soon as you get there, that angle's gone. Now you can have a shorter golf swing if you cultivate more retention angle, because that builds up more power. It just builds up more power. Sometimes I'll get out here for 5 minutes and I just do this. I just drop it to there and stop the club. I don't go forward. Just take the club back here and drop it to there. That gives me the feeling. Very easy to drop it and keep your shoulder back. If you throw it, the shoulder's going to go forward, but if you drop it, the shoulder will stay back. It's almost like I had a ribbon along here, and this was a sword. I'm just going to cut that ribbon. That's the feeling. Get dead square on. That's the feeling. All that weight is going down the back of my trail leg. Yeah, so the predominance of problem with you is just how you're setting up. You're just setting up a bit too. Even when you backcock here, you backcock and you go like that. When you backcock, you got to roll this way. You got to go that way. You can't just backcock and push those hips that way. Once you start going that way, everything goes that way. It just keeps rolling and tipping that way. And if you just do it really slowly, And just get these feelings, just go through the machinations slowly. Here, here, here. Here, 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 here. Because if you can cultivate the feel, that'll really help you with the motion, and the transference of weight will be automatic. If you can go through that machination of the golf swing slowly, because to get into those positions you have to shift the weight, and you have to get the rotational factors relative to creating the look of that process. Here. Now I might even put this up on the channel, Ben, even though it's a private lesson. I think there's good things in there for everybody. This slow motion activation and getting the feel is, I think, probably a good thing. Okay, let's just go through it. At address, we've got to be predominantly loaded here. A little bit like the flamingo or the stork drill. Set it here, and then don't just sort of, you know, like tilt it. Just set it here and then just turn it. Just flare that trail foot out a little bit. As soon as I do that, I feel a predominance of wanting to go there. And then just take it back slowly. Push down, down, down. Keep rotating, down, shoulder back, coming here, out. That's where we want to finish. Here. See, I'm firing away from that trail shoulder. That trail shoulder is not going to the ball. It is a little bit, but it's not a normal rotational trail side thing where everything wants to rotate around and towards the target. It's not doing that. So go through the slow-mo, and I may head this video. Slow-mo drill. Yep. Set into the trail side. Flex that leg. Get the buttock hanging out in space. Pressure down. Pressure down. Deep, deep, deep. Lead shoulder up. Drop. Drop. See how the lead knee is moving. Come in here. Keep the trail shoulder back. Here. That's how we want to feel the golf swing. Now do it slowly. Hogan did it. Hogan had that wonderful exhibition where he actually went through the slow motion swing. And he said that's how the brain will pick up where the body's got to be. Because if you don't know where it's got to be and the brain doesn't know where it's got to be, it can't send out the signals to get it where it needs to be. That's elementary programming of the brain. Okay, so we'll just go over it again. Set up, here. Predominance of load here. Not here, and not when we cock the shoulders. We don't want to cock like that. We don't want to slide the hip girdle that way when we cock the shoulders. Once we start cocking the shoulders, all this goes that way. Here. Then we just drop it. We've pinned that shoulder. We drop it. Down, 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 fire. So do some of those as a slow motion process. But again, just to reiterate, don't load for right-handed, don't load left. Always load into the trail side. Feel that leg a little bit bent, which will help the the loading. Yeah. Yeah. Just slow down here. Just slow-mo. I don't know why I haven't said that before. Anyway, buddy, have a look at that. And as I say, I might put this up on the channel as a general information video for all the guys. Just try that. But at the end of the day, we've got to be here. That's where we've got to be. Go through that feeling. What does it feel like to be there? Oh, that's what it feels like. Okay, have a look at that. Let me know what, give me some feedback on the slow motion drill. Okay.